See? So being highly manipulative turns out to be a counterintuitive and bad strategy for becoming happy. All right, now let's get into some of these lists. This is where it's really practical. Here's a list of the general things that will make you unhappy. Here we go. Number 1, pursuing short-term goals which don't build long-term capital in your life. Things that you do just for a temporary enjoyment, and then you have nothing remaining after that experience is done. For example, you might go to a comedy show. You watch the comedy show. It's hilarious. It's funny for 1 hour. You come out there. You're happy. But then what do you have from that a week from now? You've got nothing. Nothing remains but just a memory from that comedy show. Right? You haven't invested anything into building a meaningful life just by watching one comedy show. On the other hand, look at this. Look how we can transform this into something meaningful. For example, let's say I want to be a stand-up comedian. Now, if I go to a comedy show, I'm not just watching that comedy show just to get some laughs. There's an additional meta goal, which is fitting into the larger scheme of my life, and my whole purpose in life is like, I want to become the best comedian in the world. Now, every comedy show that I go to and watch, see, I'm not just laughing, I'm also training my mind as to what comedy is. I'm making notes, I'm stealing ideas, and this is inspiring me to wake up tomorrow and to work on my own comedy special, let's say. And I do that for years until I become a great comedian. And that process is actually building long-term capital and meaning into my life, you see. Very different. Very different. Likewise with playing video games. You can play a video game in a way where it's just like you're playing a video game and then you're done with it a week from now and nothing remains but just some memories. Or you could play that video game, for example, the way that I play video games is I will analyze the video game, its design, its structure, because in my mind, it's like, well, I want to create my own video game and I'm just using this as fodder for a longer term goal. You know, if you want to be a game developer, for example, the way that I wanted to when I was younger. Continuing on the list, things that will make you unhappy, generally speaking. Chasing pleasure, chasing dopamine hits like gambling, jerking off, sex, video games, drugs, junk food, any kind of mindless, compulsive consumption of any product. Chasing material objects, chasing fame,